Hi guys and welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Drayton Park Golf Club. I'm in one of our greenside bunkers on the second hole, and what I'm going to be showing you today is how to hit a high shot from a bare lie. So I have covered a bare lie bunker shot before, and I'm going to quickly show you what I would do as a standard bare lie, but then I'm going to show you the differences if you need to try and get a little bit more height from it. So what I've done here, because we have got enough sand in our bunkers, is I've just used the back of the rake to move the sand away to really try and get it down to where there's not a whole lot underneath the golf ball here. So it's just a thin covering layer by scraping some of the sand away. Now you might get this depending on the style of the bunker, or it may just be that the weather is actually, the wind's blown the sand away, or the wet has made the bunker very compact and you haven't got much sand under the ball. So the standard way I'd play this bunker shot would be to set up with a square club face, and I would always use your lower bounce wedge if you've got two options. So if you do carry a sand wedge as well as a lob wedge, your lob wedge will be the lower bounce option. The lower bounce is going to allow that club to dig more, and that's really useful when there isn't very much sand, so it's a bare lie. So we'd go with a low bounce wedge if we've got it. I'm still aiming for around 2 inches behind the golf ball. That doesn't change, so 2 inches, 5 centimeters a contact point, and I wouldn't even alter my ball position, so I'm still keeping the ball up near my lead heel. I really want to try and get the pressure onto this lead leg, so I say that for every bunker shot, but plug lies and bare lies, it's especially true. I want you to feel even more pressure onto this lead leg. And for a standard one, I'd have the club face pretty square. And what we're looking for is an early wrist cock that allows the club to be digging more. So we want more of a V-shaped swing rather than a U-shaped swing. So you can see if I make a normal golf swing, the club is much wider on what we'd call a U pattern here. If I create an earlier wrist cock, the club is working more up and down in a V shape. This is going to give me a lower ball flight, so my GoPro is very much in danger here. I might be sensible and aim a little bit right of it. It's going to be a much lower shot. It is going to roll and release, but this is the easiest way of getting out of the bunker. So let me go a little bit right of my GoPro, because it does come into probably my flight path here with this lower trajectory. So weight forwards. Right, let's give it a go. That's exactly what I'm looking for. The one thing I failed to mention, but I did show, is when there is less sand, it needs less speed. So what you're going to do when there's not a lot of sand in there, it needs to be a much smoother action. You're not trying to hit it too hard, because there's very little resistance slowing the club down because there is less sand under the ball. What you'll have seen there is a lower trajectory. The ball landed just on the green and it's released. And do you know what? I would take it. It is 8 feet or so, maybe 10 feet past the flag, but very acceptable from a bare lie in the bunker there. However, if you are feeling adventurous and you want to try and get a little bit more height, I'm going to show you a method, and I'm name dropping here, that I pinched off Justin Rose. It was something I saw him doing in a short game demonstration at the Belfry where I used to work, and I've used it since that. I did, of course, practice it, which is what I would encourage you to do before taking it to a monthly medal or a competition. But practice it, and it's a great method to get more height when there is still a bare lie. It does have a slightly higher risk to it, and that's where I would practice it first and see if you're good at it, see if you feel comfortable with it. So I'm now going to be a little bit more adventurous and try and go more over the GoPro, which does mean I need more height. So I'm still aiming for my 2 inches, 5 centimeters. That hasn't changed. My ball position hasn't changed. But what I am going to do is open the club face. So that's going to give me more loft. Now, the worry when we open the club face in a bunker when there's not much sand is we're really increasing the bounce, so the trailing edge sits a lot lower than the leading edge, and it's going to cause that club to hit the sand, and we feel like it's going to bounce up into the equator of the golf ball, and we're going to thin it, we're going to hit it too far. But what we're trying to do a little different with this method is we are opening the club face. I want you to really try and lower your handle down towards the sand, and I want you to try and feel like it is an early wrist cock and a little bit out to in across the golf ball. So it's almost like a chopping action. So the club is going to go up and out away from me, and I'm trying to get the heel of the golf club digging into the sand. So rather than the whole bottom of the wedge digging in, I'm just trying to get a part of it. So I'm just trying to get the heel part. So let me just show you how that would look as a quick practice swing. So it's an early wrist cock and it's a choppy swing. And you can see there, I really have dug down to really the gravelly base at the bottom of this bunker. So I've given myself a very hard lie here. I'm not sure I'd face it quite this difficult on the course, but let's give it a go. So very open club face, but lower my handle. And I really want to feel like it is a choppy swing where I'm just trying to dig the heel into the sand. What you'll have seen there, I know the line's a little bit off in terms of the direction. It's just missed my target to the left. It's about the same distance away from my other one, but the distance the ball flew was shorter. It went much, much higher, which you'll have seen on camera. In fact, I think I've covered my GoPro with some sand there. It was a higher flight and the ball stopped dead. So I really got that ball to stop, and you'll see that I've dug out every bit of last sand from that bunker. So I'm really going in with a digging edge, yet still keeping that club face open. So the quick recap on that, if we do want to be a bit more adventurous and hit a higher shot from a bare lie, it's an open the club face, lower the handle, and we're going for more of an out to in V-shaped swing. So it's a feeling of an earlier wrist cock and digging the heel of the golf club into the sand. That's still going to help give us maximum height, but going in with a digging edge. I hope you enjoyed the content of that video. If you did, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel as well for all the other content every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:30, and check us out on all our social media platforms. All the info is coming along the bottom of the screen right now for you. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.